plan to write and publish a book a month for 12 months. I'm going to give you the details on how and why. So let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sharlrita Deloatch, and on this channel, I talk about how to turn your skills into cash by providing passive income tips for writers, publishers, and service providers. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell so when I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. Let's get into it. So, why, Sharita? Why are you publishing 12 books, honey? Okay, that's the reaction that I get. People are like, "Oh my God, why are you doing this? This is just so amazing." But there's a few reasons why. So I started my publishing company, BWE Publishing and Consultant, back in 2018. I took on some clients, took on a lot of clients over the years, and I've helped close to about 1,000 women to help them to become a published author, whether it is publishing their solo books or publishing book anthologies. And so in October 2023, I decided to take a break from that. I really got tired of it. I just wanted to do something different. And plus, I was lacking so much passive income in my business where I was just focused on just being a service provider. So I know that sounds familiar where we're just focused on everybody else. But when it comes to our own businesses, it seems like we don't have anything going on other than helping other people. But let me say that there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want you to feel bad about that. But also maybe you'll come to this realization at another time. But this was my realization back in October of 2023. And I decided to just stop publishing all the way. It was a big risk because that means that I was taking off a huge chunk of my revenue. And it just felt like I had to kind of start over in a sense. Because it was really changing my audience and I was going in a different direction. But definitely a lot of support from my husband and definitely full support from him. And so I decided to go that direction. And as I was building my passive income, which is when I started this YouTube channel and things like that, I said, you know what, I'm going to have to publish my own books because that's what people are looking for. And plus, books are another way where you can provide value. Books are another way. It's a great way to, especially as a business owner, it's a great intro to who you are and what you do. It's probably like I would say a cheaper way to know you, to like you and trust you before they go, if you have higher ticket items in your business, before someone goes to a higher ticket way of working with you. So books can do so much for you. And I just decided, I have to do this, especially going into 2024. I didn't plan to do a book a month. I actually wanted to do this in 2023, but of course, a lot got in the way. Providing services and all that stuff. You know how it is as a business owner, just some distractions, right? So I didn't do it, but I got onto Medium. So I started writing articles on Medium in December of 2023. And so I wanted to use Medium as a way to provide value. And I made some great connections with individuals there. We're constantly growing on Medium, and I still write articles every single day on that platform, as well as make some money as well. The income is growing every single month over there. So I said, you know what? There was a book that I read called 28 Books to 100K by Michelle Colt. I'll link her book in the description. It's an amazing book. I read it probably in 2022 or I think she released it in 2021, but that was my first time knowing her. And that was the first book that I purchased. I purchased it in the Kindle version. And I read that book so many times. And what I love about the book is that it gave me so much possibility that you can make a living writing books. Like, that's the realization that I got, is that you can really make a living writing books. And she talks a lot about, the reasons why as an author you want to have more than one book. Because I used to preach, to individuals like entrepreneurs that, look, you don't need to write a book but every 18 months. But I wasn't preaching the model that she was talking about, writing shorter books. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, is because for me, it's not a lot. And for you, it may be a lot, but it's not a lot for me because I'm writing short books. And I'm going to tell you more about my strategy in just a moment. But when I read her book, it gave me so much confirmation, and it really ignited me to do this. It's like, okay, you can do this. Like, she's doing it. Like, she shows her receipts of her doing it and her story. It was so inspiring that I wanted to do it. So I know you're thinking, well, why are you not going to go to 28 books? I will. I will. I'm just starting with 12, because I want to give myself that consistency to do the 12, and then I'll continue to go. What I'm doing at this moment, even while recording this video, I am building my own framework and perfecting my own self-publishing system. And I want to be able to perfect it so much that it just comes second nature. And I know you, I know it's like, well, you are a publisher. It's different. It's so different when you're doing things for yourself. It's so different when you are actually putting your hands on your own work versus other people's work. And I love it because I'm on a timeline, but I'm on my own timeline. I'm not needing feedback from clients and this and going back and forth. I don't have to do anything because I am my client. I'm actually being my own client during this time. So those are the reasons why. Plus, I want to use these books as a way to give value. I want to use these books as a way to bring leads in my business as a digital publisher for people that are assigned to my voice, that are assigned to me, that God is positioning me to teach them. My book is a way that I'm leveraging that, and I'm leveraging the book in so many different facets. It's just so amazing, right? So of course I have an income. I'm going to do the 100K like Michelle. I'm saying the 12 books. Maybe I can get 100K with the 12 books. I'm testing this all out. So this, for me, at this very moment, as you're listening to this, is really a lot of theory. Okay, so I'm giving you a lot of theory. I'm giving you a lot of what I'm going to do and taking you along the way. And plus, at the end of this video, I mentioned that you could come follow me while I do this, because I'm sharing, the highs and the lows and the income that I make and just the strategies that I am using. This is another way to help me to stay accountable, to stay afloat. Now, I'm not the only one that's going through this. I'm in a group. I'm in a school. I don't know if you guys heard of school before. So school is a platform that you can build, your courses, and you can have like your own community. So I'm in the Minimalist Hustler HQ group by Jamie, and Jamie has had this group for a little while now, for a couple months, some months now. And so he's mentioned that he's going to do it. There's another individual named JR. I love his books. He writes about writing books like me, but in a different way. He has an amazing book about how to turn your Medium articles into books too. So really, I'm seeing, when you see things so many different times and individuals that are doing it too, Jamie and JR and myself, that I know of right now, are the three people that are really taking forward with this. And we're updating you guys, our audience, and we want to show that it's possible as well. But we have to walk the walk. We just can't talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. And it's not easy, but it's so doable. So those are the reasons why I'm doing this. But let me get into my planning and strategy. So the genre that I selected that I'm going to approach this with is nonfiction, and I want to get a little bit more deeper than that. And I'm going into the writing and publishing reference genre. Down in Amazon, you have the different genres, but you also have like those sub genres. So I'm more in like the business area. Nonfiction is where I am writing my book, so where I'm catering my content to. Now, how I'm generating my book ideas is that what I did was I sat down and I always look at what I know how to do. I look at what I like to do. And of course, publishing was something that I love to do, writing books. So of course, I'm going to write books about how to start your own publishing company. I'm going to write books about how to create book anthologies, how to write and publish a book, how to market your book. So that's the area that I'm going to be writing in. So if you're going to go on this path, you definitely want to write books about what you already know. So if you have a service, there is some topics that you can break down that's going to help you to get these books out there. Okay. Now, my scheduling and my time management, I write every day. And this is a little bit more easier for me. And let me tell you why. It's because I'm using content I already have. So I have blog posts. I have videos, not just YouTube videos. Some YouTube videos will be used. I have just content, old content that I used years ago, and of course, I'm gathering the content that I have. I have tons of things that I wrote back in, like, years ago. I wrote, especially starting your own publishing company. I have tons of things that I already done in my Google Drive that I just need to take it and just copy and paste it. And of course, structure my book so that it's easy to read, and structure it so that it really brings about change for the individual that's going to read it. Okay. So that's how I am doing mine. So mine is going to be a little bit more, different, because I'm not physically sitting down writing every single day. I am doing some writing because the content that I have to change it up, make sure that it's fitting for right now, make sure that the strategies work for right now. And so that's what I'm doing as well. Now, I did have to do a ton of research, but I am doing research as far as keywords to use, how I chose my titles to my books, my book series. I use BookBeam to help me to do that, because that helps me to see what keywords are, are ranking, so that I make sure that I can use certain keywords in my titles, in my subtitles, so that I can really, really dominate in a particular genre. Okay. Now let's talk about my writing process. Well, let me give you this quote here, that J.R. Himmenberger, Bigner. Okay, I mispronounced it. I apologize. But he is one of my writing friends as well. That's doing this same thing. Go and follow him. He's on Medium. He has a Substack that he's updating his readers to. And this is what he said in one of his articles. He said the only way to succeed at self-publishing 12 books in 12 months is to group them together. And the best way to do that is to write a series. So if you're thinking about going along with me on this and writing with me as well, and this is something that you really want to do, think about series. Group your topics into series. Okay. So I wanted to give you that. And that's something that I am doing. And that helps so tremendously, because now you're not going to feel like you're all over the place. But writing in a series also helps you to stack your books, so that when someone downloads one book, they're more than likely, in the way Amazon's algorithm works, which is the publishing platform that I'm going to primarily use, is that the way their algorithm works is that when someone buys one book, it's going to suggest your other books, especially if it's in a series. That's the way that it works. So we work with the algorithm and not allow the algorithm to work with us. Okay. So let's talk about my content brainstorming, which I just already talked about that. So I just didn't move my move my slide. So we talked about this. So let's go into my writing process again. I do outline and structure based on the content that I have. So I already brainstormed. I use the help of Chat GPT to help me with some titles and different topics around writing. So some of my books will be about how to write books. My first one was about how to write your book fast. The next book is going to be about marketing, and I'm breaking that down and talking about email marketing. Okay. So you're going to be, as you see me put my books out, you'll be able to see that there's so much within a topic that you can write about that is crazy. Okay. It is so crazy. Not crazy, it's crazy in a good way, because there are so many things that you can write about, and you don't have to necessarily write full books. I'm writing even some listicle books, just lists. I've just published a book called 50 50 writing prompts for women service providers. It just published today. It's not a part of my 12, but those are just easy books that I can put out there as well because I really want to build a library of books. I want someone to come to my Amazon page and say, wow, she has a lot for me to choose from. And I have a lot that I can learn from her. Okay. So my writing process is again very simple. I'm repurposing content that I already have. The techniques that I really use, I just make sure that my structure is good. If you have a hard time structuring, you may need to get someone to help you to outline and structure your book, but that comes very easy for me. If you have blog posts, I did a video recently about how to turn your blogs into a book. You might want to check that out as well. That's going to be a definitely an easy way for you to do this. Okay. So my writing techniques is that I sit down and I write, and I don't try to edit while I'm writing. I just go ahead, not just write, but I type. So I type. I have a I download a book template. So I download a template. You can get those from Book Baby. I think Lulu has some. 48 Hour Books has some. I just download their templates, and when I download it to me, I go ahead and write right there in the template, and it's so easy. You can also use Google Drive as well. That's easy to use too. Now, there's always distractions. So, how I'm overcoming these challenges is that I just write in blocks. So I have different blocks that I have during the day in my business anyway, while my children are in school. Those of you that don't know, I am a stay-at-home mom slash wife. My children are in school. So while I take full advantage of that while they're in school, and I use that opportunity to write. A lot of times too, I do my best writing like on the weekends. So it helps me to stay afloat and stay on task. Okay. Now, my publishing and promotion, we're going to talk about that for just a moment too. Let's talk about publishing first. I am self-publishing my books. So that means I am responsible for everything that happens in this process. I do not traditionally publish. I have not traditionally published. I do not hire anyone to do anything with my books except for the formatting. I do have someone to format. I have someone to look after my with editing as well. So I do have Pacific service providers that help me with the self-publishing process. So I do not do everything. I do not design my covers. There's a lot. The only thing that I am doing is putting the book together as far as the writing portion. Everything else is outsourced. Okay. Everything else is outsourced, from the formatting to editing. Because I'm not a new writer. So for me, just having someone to do the copy editing is well and fine with me. Okay. Because I'm using content I already have. So it's not that I am writing from scratch. It's just all about me, writing and getting the content. Like for a video, for example, I use a video in my last book, in the book that's going to be published soon. Is that I had a couple of videos that I had transcribed, and then from the transcription part, and then I went in there to make it good. I may have to make it readable because when you transcribe a video into words, it tends to be a little bit different. Okay. It's gonna sound exactly how what you said. So if you said a lot of it's gonna put that in there. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I do when it comes to my format and edit. I'm not the only one. You can self-edit if you want. I don't suggest that you just self edit. I suggest that you have at least one other person. So I have an editor that I trust that has helped, for a very long time. So she definitely understands and knows my writing. Okay. So once you get comfortable with the editor, it's great because they tend to know who you are and what you do. Now, my marketing and promotions, I am heavily doing marketing and promotions in different ways. I'm doing a lot different marketing and promotions. Here recently, I've been transforming my books into workshops. So that's one way that I am doing some promotion. So that means when someone signs up for my workshop, which is a paid workshop, and it's in my description if you want to join the next one. It's about email marketing for authors. So yeah, you want to join that, especially if you are an author, you don't have an email list. I'm showing you step by step how to do that and different ways that you can gather your readers to your email list. But anyways, I am in my books are being turned into a workshop, so you pay to be a part of the workshop, and a part of your payment is that you not only get to attend the workshop live, so it's not like a replay or anything. You can get the replay later, but it's not anything like that. You get me live, you get other women or men that want to join the workshop live. So the first one was amazing. We had a great time, we learned so much, and you get a copy of my book. So I will send you a signed copy of the book. So that goes a part of that. Okay. So that's what it a part of the marketing and promotions. I'm also am out and about here in Raleigh, North Carolina, connecting with some other book people. But I'm connecting with individuals that have bookstores and things like that. So I'm doing some offline promoting. I am also doing some teaching. So I am contacting individuals about hosting workshops. And as a way, instead of them paying me to do the workshop, I'm going to ask them to buy a bulk of books. So that's just some ways that I'm going to move the needle in my book business and making it do. And of course, I'm going to leverage social media, leverage my YouTube to do that as well. So that's just a chunk of my marketing and promotion. I'm going to be sharing a lot of this in my Substack. Okay, so I'll show you just a little bit in just a little bit of how we can get connected there in my Substack, where every day I am updating you on what I am doing and how I'm marketing and all those good things. Okay, so really just wanted to be transparent about what I am doing and how I am writing 12 books in 12 months. Hopefully we'll go to the 28 books. That's the plan. But right now, you got when you set goals, you got to set the goals. You got to set them smaller goals. Those little smaller goals can turn into those big goals. But I really truly want to and excited about doing this. This is something new for me. I've seen other people do it, but it's very new for me. I am definitely going to take advantage of Amazon ads. That's another way we're going to leverage as well. So there's going to be some different moving parts with these books and getting them out there, because I just believe that when you are excited about your book, the things that you have written, and it's just what a time to be alive. And I've been saying that a lot lately because it is a great time to be alive, where you can take your book, you can get it published on the world wide web, first of all. Then you have places like Amazon KDP where you can upload your book and you can get it in front of different readers without going door to door. So it's just so much, and it's just great ways, and we're living in a great time. So I say this is a great time if you're a service provider, if you're a writer, you're a publisher. This is a great time for you to take your expertise and put them into books with the S. Okay. So again, I'm sharing a lot in my Substack. Each day I'm sharing where I am in the process, along with some tips, some strategies, assisting you with your books. I love Substack. It gives me a way to take you along with me on the journey for just $5 a month. Okay. So you can pay, I think it's like $60 a year. You can join for free, but when you join for free, you only get but so much access to the post. So I post every day. You may get one post a week. So it's just beneficial to join at the $5 a month. And I'm doing mine a little bit different than most. I know I write a lot on Medium, so I'm not doing a lot of writing on Substack. I'm using video. So we can upload videos there. We can record videos there. So you're really going to get me real time like you do here on YouTube on video. So you get to get a little bit of writing, but you get mostly my content is videos. Okay. And it gives you an opportunity to hear my voice and to know that, hey, I'm in this with you. So go to the link in my description and I'm going to put it as a pinned comment as well to join my Substack. Again, it's only $5 a month. I know it's valuable because I follow, JR, and I'm following Jamie as well. So I'm subscribed to their Substack because it's important for me to know that other people are doing it like they are doing what I'm doing, but I don't mind paying to see how you do it, because even if it's just one thing that I'm not doing, that helps me. JR said something the other day in one of his, I think it was on Substack or it might have been on Medium, and he was saying one way that helps him to sell books is that on the inside of his book, he puts a way for, or he advertises his other books. And I was in the midst of getting ready to send my book to my format. I said, "Oh, I forgot to put an advertisement for my last book in this book." So it's those things like that that we don't think about, that other people may think about. And I may say something that you have never thought about. So joining the Substack really has its perks. Okay. It really has its perks. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments about writing, about publishing, and you want to, me to answer your questions, I'm here. I'd love to answer the comments. So let me know. You converse with me. I'll converse back. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope to see you in the Substack. If you plan to write 12 books in 12 months, I would love if you will. If you want to write your book, this is a great time to do it. To also get, a little peek inside what I'm doing. It's kind of like having me as your coach in your pocket. And then you get to follow along because now you don't feel like you're by yourself, right? So that's the whole point. So I hope that you join me right over there. But until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.